Welcome to the How Did Show, where interesting people answer the questions, how did I get here? And how in the hell did I get here? With your host, Donovan Corneets.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for joining me on another amazing episode of the How Did Show, our season 3 finale, if you can believe that. And you know what? In true finale fashion, this is a big one for me and just in general, because I'm gonna just get into it. So my guest today is a musician, rapper, singer, songwriter, actor, and just all around amazingly talented guy. All right. Now, while he has worked as a writer and performer for shows like Sherman Showcase and Sesame Street, yes, Sesame Street, and co-host a podcast with Questlove called Questlove Supreme, he's probably best known as part of the iconic hip hop group Little Brother. So y'all, show some How Did Show love for my dog, Phonte.
What up,
What's
man?
going on, man?
What up?
Hey,
Yes,
throw up the horns, repping for the Bull City, you know.
Absolutely. No, thank you, brother. Thank you for having me. This is amazing, man. I swear our journey of how, if people just understood like how full circle this shit is right now. Like,
hey,
this
man, yeah, bananas. And yeah, I'm sure we could touch on some of it as we go through.
Oh,
but yeah, man, we got
to.
But yes, for anybody that doesn't know, like we've actually known each other for like over 20 years, actually.
20 years, straight up.
If we really go back, it's been at least 21 years. And so this, yeah, I feel you on the full circle moment. I'm so excited to have you on the show, man. So thank you for making the time to do it.
Thank you, man.
So look, man, we're going to jump right into this thing. This is called the How Did Show. So the first part of this is you answering the question, how did I get here? So let the people know, how did you become Phonte?
Man, how did I become myself? That is a very, I think it's a question every person must answer at some point in their life. Yeah, man. Born small town, North Carolina, Robeson County. I just always loved music. There was never a point in my life where I thought about doing anything else. I as long as I can remember, this was just what I always wanted to do. It was never a question of, I played sports. I played football and ran track and wrestled and did all the things that, a kid, coming up, would do. But music was just always just kind of the guiding light, and it never really left. So I was just like, well, I guess I got to figure out how to make a living off this shit because I'm not stopping. So after years and years, and I'm giving you the very abridged version of this, but I'm saving you. But man, just met some friends in college. We formed a group, Little Brother, and it's been going ever since. This is just something I've always wanted to do, and I never saw myself doing anything else. Did not know how many avenues that this skill set, teaches you. Right. Didn't realize that, like, okay, if you can put an album together, you can organize a video shoot. You know what I mean? Right. You can do cues for television. You know what I'm saying? You can do voiceover work. My music career has definitely been the training ground for like everything. It's been gladiator school. You know what I mean? So
yeah, for sure.
You can make it work over there. Over here as an independent artist, any other thing, like, yeah, that shit's a fucking cakewalk.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel you on that, bro. Because the industry is no joke.
Yeah.
It'll chew you up, spit you out, then like shit on you, and then try to chew on you again. So like, at what point did you realize you had like above average skills in rhyming and MCing? Because, just to give a little history, we've talked about this before, but like in my time attending North Carolina State University in Raleigh, so Phonte used to be doing these like MC battles and the student center, and would be destroying people, ripping them limb from limb. And I remember being like, yo, this dude is a beast. I don't know if you ever lost any of them. That's none that I saw. And
yeah, not by the time in NC State, I think I took an L. My only L I took an L in like 98. It was the first one I ever did. First battle I ever did coming, I was up here at Central. So it was the first battle I ever did in Durham. And I made it to the finals, and I lost to Omatati, my man Omatati. I don't know Omatati lower thirds. I don't know where I think he in like Atlanta some shit now, but that's my brother, man. That's big bro. I took the L to O. So I came in third, and then Omatati, he lost in the finals to Jay Gunn. Jay Gunn at the time, he was this kid that like Jay Gunn, shout my brother Jay Gunn.
Yeah, I know Jay Gunn. We worked together on a music festival.
Oh, of course, right. So yeah, Gunn was like a kid back then. Gunn was like 16, like eating grown ass men alive. You know what I mean? This nigga was a terrorist. And so he was like, you know, kind of the crowd favorite, you know what I mean? So my first battle, I took third, Omatati came in second, and then Jay Gunn took first. So then in the next battle we did, it was me and Jay Gunn in the final, and I took first. Yeah. And so then I never lost. No, after that, I was like,
I was gonna say I saw a couple, and I'm like, I don't think I ever saw him, and it wasn't ever close either. It was just kind of like, you know what, just give him whatever the prize is, just go ahead and wrap it up. So when did you know, like, when did you realize, like, I'm actually really good?
Man, honestly, you know, real rap, I really think it was during those battles. I think that was the time, you know, just coming up, you know, in Greensboro, like, I was always kind of like the youngest in the crew. So all my homies that was making music, they were older, you know what I mean? And my man Phonte, he would come and like pick me up, we roll, and we would go to A&T, and we would like freestyle in front of the bookstore and everything. And, you know, we would just be out there just rhyming, and, you know, you just kind of just circle up. You used to do a cipher back in the day, whatever. But then you look up after about an hour, it's like 100 people out there, bitch. It's like, oh, shit. And but that was just kind of what we were doing. It wasn't a contest necessarily. It was just
showcase more.
Exactly. It's just like it was like sparring. It's like, all right, you go, and you just, you know, you don't want to fuck up and break the energy of the cipher. Yeah. So exactly. I probably think it wasn't until when I started doing battles and actually winning, that was when I saw like, oh wow, like, okay, like people actually fuck with this. Like they actually like, okay, you know what I mean? That was maybe kind of I maybe first got the inklings of like, okay, you know what, I maybe can do this. I don't know where the road is. I don't know how to get there, but you know, it may be. I think I might can pull this off.
Yeah, and you definitely pulled it off. I think we can all agree on that. Also, side note, if I could just say, like, did you have to be able to sing too? I mean, like, was that necessary? Did you have to pull that out your ass too? Like rapping at like this level. Then I think I saw you start, like, I think in one of the battles, if I'm not mistaken, this is 20 plus years, but like you started singing in a battle. If I'm remembering correctly, I might be off.
That may have happened. I can't.
But I was like, wait, just wait a damn minute now. So I mean, you had to pull that out too, bro.
Man, listen, I think any black performer, I tell everybody, like especially any black artist, use every tool in your toolbox.
For sure.
If you can rap, sing, dance, juggle, nigga, you know what I mean? Like,
throw knives, whatever you got.
You know what I mean? Like every swallow swords, whatever the fuck.
Yeah, whatever you got to do.
Yeah, it was, and even singing was something that for me was just, I mean, again, we always did it as a kid. Like, you know, my mother sang, we were always like singing around the house and like just playing records and stuff. And so like, yeah, it was just something that I just did. Now the singing, I will say, never as a career, like that was not in my mind at all.
Right.
Leave it all behind. We did foreign exchange.
Shout out to foreign exchange.
Yeah, shout out my brother Nicolay, man. Yeah, bro. I mean, for me, it really with the singing, that was really, I just wanted to be a songwriter. You know, I wanted to write songs and get songs to people. Me actually leading a band and sing, like that was not, that wasn't in the cards for me. But I just kind of, you know, we put that record out and the shit took off. So I was like, all right, well, I guess
I'll sing too.
I guess I'm the guy. Yeah, I'm like, fuck it. I mean, you know, I put in an application, nigga. So I ain't think y'all like hire me for this shit. Like, so that was it.
Nah, that's what's up. All right. Other question that maybe I'm wrong for not knowing this, but where did Tigolo come from?
Where did Tigolo come from? This is a great question, actually. So Tigolo, yeah. I think that was something just the boys used to call me. I'd be like, they'd be like, yo, Phonte Tigolo the rap gigolo. That was just it was like we
Okay.
could stay in I jump from beat to beat, nigga, like Phonte Tigolo the rap gigolo. Like it was just that was the thing. I think I might have said it, or maybe said like a freestyle or something, but it was just one of those things that just we just said, and it stuck. And after a while, it was like, oh, here come Tigolo, where Tigolo at? Like, and that was it. So that was what it is. That was back in the day. The crew there called Phonte Tigolo the rap gigolo. That was where it came.
Phonte Tigolo the rap gigolo. Put it on a t-shirt, damn it. The rap gigolo. I love it. All right, so just if I could like kind of switch to something a little bit more serious. So obviously you've had tons of experience. You've toured around the world. You've seen fans that probably don't even speak English, but they know your raps line by line, right? So all of these kinds of experiences that have come to you that have been probably amazing and great. And obviously there's some things that haven't been so great. So what would you say is something about the industry or about, making a living in music that now that you wish you knew when you first started?
Oh my God. I think the thing that I wish I knew then is that no one is coming to your rescue. And what I mean by that is that, there's not going to be like one swooping, like, there was always the idea in our minds, if you were of a certain age, you came from the era of seeing, Bad Boy and Raucus and Death Row and,
right.
Just all these kind of larger than life, labels and personalities. And the record deal was like the coveted thing. It was like, that was like the brass ring to say, hey, I'm not just a rapper. I'm a rapper
with a
deal. I got a deal.
Right.
I'm signed. It was a thing to be signed. And so you always had that in your mind of like being signed was the promised land. And then we got signed and realized, nah, this ain't really the promised land. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the thing that I just realized, then and now, and then I tell all the artists I talk to now and kind of mentor, man, nothing gets accomplished without a team. You know what I'm saying? Anytime that you are, and it doesn't matter if you are a rapper, if you're a singer, if you're a writer, if you're whatever it is you're doing, you're going to a company and, a record deal or whatever, and they're just going to throw money at you. They're going to throw, $100,000, whatever it is, whatever your deal is, whatever. And they're just going to say, okay, dazzle me. We done our part. We gave you money. You got to figure out the rest. You know what I mean? So everything,
be good under pressure,
bro, like everything in terms of, they'll give you the money, but everything in terms of your look, like how you want to be presented, your team, your people that take your photo, like those are things that you have to build yourself,
Wow,
and, and that was something that I just wish, I think kind of the moment I just had that moment of realization was just in 2007, from the years of like 2003 to like 2005, and like that 2-3 year span, I put out a record on every kind of record label you could put a record on. You know what I mean? Okay. From indie, small indie, big indie, bigger indie, super major. I put out a record on every kind of level. And once it was over, I just sat back and realized like, yo, none of these entities really made my job any easier as an artist.
Right.
The work was still mine to do. We still had to figure out, okay, what the cover gonna look like. All right, where we gonna shoot these photos? What we gonna do this? How you want to do? Like it was still us making these decisions. And so my advice to artists now is just understand is like, listen, that thing that you're thinking is just gonna change your life and just that rocket that's gonna take you out of here. There is a rocket that will take you out of here. You just gotta build it.
Yeah,
so,
man.
If you ain't ready to build that rocket, this
Look,
ain't for you.
Even when he's talking, he's spitting bars. What? The rocket would take you out, but you got to build it. I love it. Because, and I think a lot of times people can be very naive. And I don't want to say naive like in a bad way, like you just don't know.
100%.
That like, okay, yeah, I got this. And now I just got to sit back and rap. That's it. I just got to show up. And it's like, nah, man. And I think that's why a lot of groups or even like crews, even if it's not like an actual group, like a sing group, rap group, but just like the team, like you're talking about, can fall apart because now it's like, hey, we got 3 months to put a complete project together that, like you said, that's album cover, that's our look, what is our image, what are the names of our songs going to be, what's the name of the album. And you get those conflicting ideas, and one person thinks that they're the one that has all the right ideas, and things can fall apart. So I think that's a very important lesson for anybody that is watching this and it is pursuing music, to do it as a career, to do it for a living, just to realize that, just make sure you got the right tools in place to build that rocket.
You have to have it, man. There's no way. I mean, I just can't be thankful enough, just to my team and just to, all the people that I work with, just my creative community. We hold each other up, we support each other, but it definitely, you really need that more than anything else, more so than a label. It's not, people think I need a label, I need a deal. No, it's not that you need a deal. You don't need a label. You need a manager. You need an agent. You need a content guy. You need a stylist. You need a, you need a homie that's nice with, TikTok or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
the stuff you don't think about.
Yeah, those things, exactly. Stuff you don't think about. So, that's probably been definitely one of my biggest lessons.
No, that's incredible. And last question for this half of the show. You've worked with some incredible people over your career, right? Huge names. At this point, right? You've worked with so many people, you've done so many projects with people, you've written for so many things. Do you still have like a dream collaboration or a dream partner you'd like to be on a project with?
Dream partner.
Like, who would you just love to do a track with or do a project with?
Yeah, I'm always have been and remain just a huge Pharrell fan. I think he's really dope. I think we see music very similar in a lot of ways. Huge Pharrell fan. God, man. Yeah, I can't. I mean, I could list people all day of people that I love listening to. I think for me, I'm just always looking for that artist, the people I work with. I just look for people that are going to push me.
Okay.
A big thing that I've had, I have to explain to people is like, they'll play something and they'll be like, yo, man, I got some shit that's just for you, man. It sounds just like you. It's just you. And I'm just like, well, if you're coming to me saying you got some stuff that's for me, you're probably basing it off some shit that I already did. Right. And I have no interest in revisiting that. You know what I mean? Like,
you already walked in those steps. Yeah.
I did that. So I don't want to hear the stuff that I've done. Like, show me, when I'm talking to producers, I'm like, look, show me what I haven't done. What's something that you say, okay, I've heard Phonte do this, but I've never heard him do this.
Message.
And I think, you know what I mean? Yeah. So like, yeah, if you trying to get me beats or work with me off some shit I did in 2004, nigga, like you lost. It's over.
You producing up the wrong tree.
Okay. Yeah, it's over with. So yeah, anybody that is pushes me, anybody that challenges me, that's really where I get inspired, and just always trying to sharpen myself with artists that that teach me, and we kind of learn from each other. So
yeah, man, that's dope. Well, look at that. See, I mean, that's another gem. Because this, like, we both know producers, right? From our time and working with hip hop shows and stuff. He just gave y'all the clue. I'm trying to flood his inboxes, DMs with a bunch of trash. He just told you don't hit him with what he already has done.
Yeah, no, I'm not interested in that at all.
All right, man. Well, look, thank you so much for that, because that is like truly insightful from someone that has seen all levels of the game, man. Like the little local shows to like selling out spots in
the brewery, son.
Yeah, hey, look, man. I was telling somebody about like shows from when I was still trying to do stuff like Ghost Studios,
those 506, Cat's Cradle,
Humble Pie, Cat's Cradle.
Pie. Oh my God,
I took it back, brother.
Yo.
Yes, sir. Back when I was doing my hip hop thing. And so yeah, man, from that level to be like, yeah, we going to Amsterdam, and then we going to here, and then we going to here. So that's incredible for you to just kind of spread that knowledge, man. I think a lot of people would love to hear that from someone like you that know has lived it. You know what I mean? If you like, there's a lot of people, how social media is, a lot of experts that love to talk
Right.
about it, but they haven't done a damn thing. So
Ain't this
this
shit.
brother has been there, done that, like around the world. So I appreciate that. But on that note, it's time to spin
the wheel of what?
And we're gonna bring this bad boy out.
Let's go.
And
amazing set design, by the way. Amazing.
Hey, you know what, man? I kind of put this together myself, man. Got the shelves. I installed it. You know what I mean? I gotta have my Wolfpack stuff up there. But yeah, little random stuff. Had to shout out.
Hey, you gotta represent, bro. Hey, I'm with
Sherman
it.
Showcase.
Yes.
By the way, we share a connection. I was gonna say we can bring that up because we share a connection through Sherman Showcase, and we had Diallo on the show as well. So it's just all around dope. Anyway, we got to spin this damn wheel. So look, whatever it lands on, you got to answer. All right.
Okay, let's go.
All right, let's do this.
All right. Chicken horse. Okay.
Yes. All right. So this is an oldie but goodie. I had this on the first season. I just brought it back. So this is your life is on the line now. Serious business.
Okay.
Now you have to fight to the death. You either have to fight 2 horse-sized chickens or 50
horses.
50 chicken-sized horses that are trying to take you out. Which do you choose and why?
2 horse-sized chickens.
Yes, 2 chickens the size of horses.
Yeah, 2 horse-sized chickens. That could get nasty because that's, they're like all they feet. Yeah, that shit could get. Yeah, the size. I don't know if that would. Yeah, but 50 chicken-sized
horses. Yeah, so you got horses with their little hooves, but they the size of chickens. You got 50 of them at the same time coming at you.
Honestly, I'll take my chances with the 50 little mini horses. I'll take my chance. I mean, 50 is a lot. I'm outnumbered. I mean, I'm not. The odds ain't good on my side either way. But 50 little mini horses, I just like kick them niggas in the throat or something. Like, you know what I mean? It just
swing a couple.
Yeah, I could like bowl. I pick one up and like bowl him against, like knock all the niggas down.
I like the bowl method.
It's the size. It's the size thing. I think that kind of whatever. It's the size, and not another horses. To be fair, horses, as I understand horses, and I'm not the horse nigga, but as I know, like I ain't grow up around horses, no shit. Let's not get into any delusion.
Yeah, I was gonna say, wait a minute, what do you know about horses, Hal?
Yeah, I mean,
I forgot to tell you about my time on the farm.
Nah, none of that shit. I've been to like Universal Circus. That's about as far as I got. But nah, so horses, as I understand, they're not generally like they're not aggressive animals. Like
I mean, these, for the sake of the question, these are trying to take you out.
They're trying to take me out. All right, horses. The only thing I ever seen horses do when they try to take you out, they kick back. Yeah, they'll kick your ass and they do all that. But 50 little like miniature size, man, get the fuck out of here. Like that's not. Like,
now you might get some bruising on your shins, but you think you could take them.
Yo, my shins is fucked up. My shins, my ankles, is
all that.
They're gonna take a beat.
Achilles tore out the frame, but you know what? I've asked that.
Horses, I don't want that smoke at all.
No, look, that's very smart, by the way. It's very wise.
As much chicken as I ate, too, like them niggas would have a vendetta. You killed
this is for Steve.
Damn
it. You bastard. Yeah, look, man, I've asked that question to a few people over the course of the seasons, and no one has taken the chickens off. Like everybody's like, you know what? Give me them horses. Like if I take an L to the horses, at least I'm like, I might not get all 50, but damn it, I'm gonna take out at least 35 of them motherfuckers.
I got a shot, right?
Yeah, you got a shot, but 2 horse-sized chickens, 1 peck, boy, your head is gone.
It's over with. You done for. So now,
yeah. All right. Well, look, man, I appreciate I appreciate your honesty there. You always try to be the chicken thug and be like, yeah, man, these chickens up. Nah. All right. I love it, man. Keep it real. All right. Well, look, now we come to the second part of the show, which is you answering the question, how in the hell did I get here? So this is a story about an event, an occasion, something that happened to you, something you were a part of that made you step back and be like, all right, Phonte, how in the hell did I get here? So something that was crazy, wild, ridiculous, unexpected, out of your comfort zone. what is your how in the hell did I get here story?
How in the hell did I get here? I have so many of those. Like I have an entire book damn near full of how did I can write a book on that shit. But
I would imagine.
Jesus. I would say probably one that just comes to mind immediately. This was foreign exchange. This is Grammy weekend.
Okay.
So this is 2010, I want to say. 9, 10, something like that. But anyway, Nick and I, we've been nominated for a Grammy. And so we went to LA and we're performing at this party. And we were out there and like we really did shows like with our people, you know what I mean? We did shows, you know, my man Zoe, shout out my man Zoe, who also is my production partner on Sherman Showcase. You know,
yeah, Zoe been on there. He been on the show.
Oh yeah, that's my brother, FE Music. So, yeah, man. So he was our music director. We had like our guy, I think Biscuit was on drums at that time, but we had our crew of people. We had our band, like our guys, you know, we worked with. And so we had some shows on our belt. We felt good with the material. We were cool. So now we get nominated for a Grammy. And we get nominated for a Grammy, and this just comes out of nowhere. Like it was just like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like what? Yeah. Like are you
that had to be crazy.
Yeah, that was kind of surreal. So we get nominated for a Grammy, so we have to do all the Grammy things and all this. So we go out to LA, and at this time we're like looking at everything, looking at the money and everything. Just like, man, we'll probably just go with a pickup band to play this gig that we're playing out there. We'll get local guys to play with us or whatever. And so we're there, and it's at Victor Duplay's Kiss and Grind party, and everybody's in there. Glasper, Bilal,
wow.
Ann Nesby from Sounds of Blackness. I met her. She was really sweet. Man, like just anybody who's who music.
Yeah.
Kenny Lattimore was there. Like I think this was after he had made the Michael Jordan album. Like he was, you know what I mean? Like Kenny's in there.
Yeah,
like everybody, Sarah, everybody's in there. And so we're on stage with this pickup band, and right before we start to play the first song, I think the first song we were open with at that time, it was House of Cards, if I'm not mistaken. But right before we played the first song, the bass player taps Nicolay on the shoulder at the keyboard and was like, House of Cards. How does that go again?
Hot damn.
I said, bruh, how did I get here? So we finished the gig. We got through it some kind of way. I don't even remember.
They just like riff through it. Like I'm gonna just freestyle.
Yeah, this nigga was just, I'm like, cuz he was just on some other shit. But we made it through the gig, and just after that, Nick and I, like, we looked at each other and we was just like, bro, never again. I don't give a fuck if. And from that point on, we was like, yo, we don't care if after every show we come home with nothing.
Yeah, we're even or less, like
whatever. I don't give a fuck, like, bro. I'm not getting on stage without presenting my music the way that I feel best represents who we are. Period.
Yeah,
and that was just really a pivotal moment for me, and I think for both of us, just to realize it's like, look, the money is the money. Yeah, I get it, but not being able to present yourself in a way that you feel best represents what.
Plus, you in the room with all those
in front of everybody, bro, in front of everybody, and this nigga asked, like, yeah, so how that go? I was like, motherfuck. But
so you heard him ask?
Yes, like, I was right there. I'm looking. I'm like,
so you got the mic, God. Like.
Yeah, like I'm like, yo, and I'll never forget. I understood at that time. I remember I had a music teacher tell me, like, years ago, he was like, the scariest thing is to go on stage and turn your back to a band. And I was like, damn, that shit is real.
Yeah, that's all trust.
Oh my God, it's all trust, and it's all you. Like if I'm the lead singer or the main guy or whatever. If the bass player hits a bum note, they're not looking at the bass player. They're looking at me.
What's up with your band, bro?
What's up with your band? Exactly. The responsibility, it falls on yours. So yeah, that was definitely a big lesson. And that was probably one of my most crucial, how did I get here? How the fuck did I get here? every sense of the word. How did I get
that graduated from how the hell to how the fuck did I
get? Like seriously, how did I even get to the Grammys? And now I'm on stage at the Grammys with a nigga that don't even know my song that he supposed to play. So yeah,
Wow.
never again, bro.
Well, you know what? Props to you for finding a way to get through it. I mean, the show must go on and all, but damn, that had to be like are you hit 2, 3, 4.
And this, bro, that shit was terrifying, man. It was like I was like, oh my God. But we got through it, and I mean, it was what it was. But that was
man.
Big lesson.
Big lesson for sure. Well, look, man, that's a great story, and I think people don't realize like live events, anything that goes on live, like something always happens, right? But you try to at least be in control of as much as you can. But yeah, putting that in the hands of a band that like you haven't worked with before, you know what? So back when I was doing shows, right? And so shout out to my boy D Cutter, who is the whole reason behind us even meeting, from me working with him at KNC and helping me get on these shows and stuff. But anyway, like when I would do shows, he was always my DJ, right? Okay. And he knew my songs, he knew the ad libs, the whole nine, right? And then I had this show, committed to do this show. It was at Humble Pie. That's why I remember it. And it will live on in infamy in my brain because something came up. I think it was like family-wise, something, and there was no way he could make the show. Okay. But I'm committed to be there, right? So I'm like, damn. So I go, and it was just another person that we were just kind of cool with that, he knew the music, he was around it, but he didn't know the music. So we're doing rehearsals, bro. We did rehearsals for hours, like for the 2 days prior to that, because it was kind of an emergency thing. We get up on stage, and this dude forgets like almost everything. He didn't know the words for the ad libs, and there was some stuff that was like kind of call and response type thing. And I'm like, like, and nothing. He's just like, yeah. Like, oh, you killing me. Like it. I was like, all right, you know what? I'm not doing any call and response. I'm doing all of it myself. You just tell people to put their hands in the air, whatever. Like
you're a hype man now.
yeah. Now you just a hype man. You could just fat man school us to death. So like, but yeah, man, I remember that. I'll never forget how empty I felt inside my soul when I turned. And he was just like,
yo, you ain't got my back. Like, word.
Like, come on,
I'm out here.
Cutter, where are you, bro?
Nah, man. That shit is terrible, man. It's a horrible.
It's horrible. Really. But anyway, man, I will say before we go, we do have to talk about Sherman Showcase.
Absolutely, man. Come on.
Because it was unplanned, like there was no way that we knew the connection at all, right? And I did the audition to be the promo voice for the show. Obviously, booked it, was doing some stuff before. Obviously, this is like weeks before it aired. I was doing like teasers for it, letting people know about it. And then I saw that you were attached to it. I was like, what the hell? Like, okay, like this is incredible, right? And so obviously the episodes start airing. Fantastic show, by the way.
Thank you so much.
Hilarious. The writing is fantastic. The music that's on there, these ridiculous / amazing songs. It's like y'all had the ability to make ridiculous, silly songs like Drop It Low for Jesus and stuff, but them things are fire. And you got people like Neo singing.
Yeah, singing Time Loop. Yeah. Right. You know what I'm saying? Bro,
so yeah, congrats on that, man.
On the choreo. Yeah, thank you, brother. Yeah, man. Again, I mean, I just got to give big shouts out, to my brothers Diallo and Bashir, man. They really, reached out and have been they are really loyal dudes. I mean, this has been something that has been. I first started working with them in 2007.
Wow, yeah,
this goes back a long way. But yeah, I first started working with them through my buddy Craig, who's Count Craig on Sherman's.
Okay.
Craig Bowers. Yeah, man. I met him, and we met like through MySpace. So this is like back in the MySpace day.
Oh, MySpace.
Yeah, we was at the time. I don't even know if I've ever told you this story. I don't think we've ever talked about how it came together or how far back it goes. But at the time, Craig was working with this artist. He was working with Donnie, who's a singer out of Atlanta, and he was working with him. And he was running his page, and I was, and still I'm a huge Donnie fan. And so I was just hitting him on MySpace, like, oh shit, is this really Donnie? And then they hit me back. I was like, oh shit. And he was like, well, I'm actually the guy running the label, whatever. So me and Craig get to talking. We hit it off. We start shooting shit, whatever. And so then he says, well, listen, man, my homies, they got like a sketch comedy show that, they're fans of yours as well. They want to check you out. Would you be down to do something with them? I was like, well, yeah, send me their shit. And so they had a joint. It was it Cleo's Apartment? Was that the name of it? And then, it was The Message. They had another show, group called The Message, and it was Diallo, Bashir, Nefertari was with them. Everybody that's on the show now, like they've been rocking with them.
They've been together since like college days, and they just been like, it's like they pulled everybody with them as they've all kind of grown on their own, and that's amazing to see.
Nah, man, yeah, you don't see that a lot, in this game, but yeah, I just did a little piece for them at the time. They were doing this skit, which is the funniest shit. Well, I think they should probably still do it at some point, like on Sherman. I don't know, but they were doing a sketch. It was like a spoof of Ray, like because Ray, that was like a couple years after the Ray Charles movie, so that shit went off. So it was a spoof of Ray called Keith, and it was the autobiography of Keith Sweat. So I was like, dude, this is fucking great. I'm here for it. And so they needed me to do like a Keith Sweat kind of song or whatever. So I did it, sent it, that was it. And that was in like 2007. So every time they had something working, like they had an HBO pilot, they reached out. The Brothers in Atlanta, we did that. We shot that like summer, I think 2015, whatever. And then, when Sherman's came up, they hit me and was like, yo, would you be down? I'm like, yeah, man, like let's see what we can make it do. And I did that. And so I've been working with them since then. And so I would hear the promos, and this is around the time that I had gotten the voiceover as well. And so I would hear the promos. I was like, yo, that guy sounds really good, because let me say to everyone listening to this, like, listen, bro, voiceover, like for people who think this shit is just reading or it's just like a lot more this shit is, oh my God. And Donovan, brother, you are a master at that shit, man. Like you are just incredible. You know what I mean?
Sherman showcase.
You know what I mean? Hey, listen, it sounds so simple, but dude, that shit it really is acting. It really is using your voice as an instrument. And and in the time of me doing it, I learned a lot. There's a lot of stuff I took and brought it into MCing and into music. Like it was very informative. So I'm just hearing your voice. I'm like, oh, this guy is dope, whatever. And then I want to say maybe
I posted it. And you were like, because I was using the hashtags, and I guess, when it's something coming out, you're going to check those hashtags, and you're going to check the mentions. And I think you had hit me up like, oh shit, that's you. Like,
bro,
like,
I was
small world. How the hell?
I was like, holy shit. So dude, I mean, when you were doing it, and I was just like, like we talked, we caught up. This was like it was just another one of those like quarantine kind of things that I think, everybody over these last couple of years had time to, really sit at home and like unpack a lot of shit and, reforge new connections, all that shit. But so we had a conversation. This was our first time talking in shit. 15, 16 years.
And we talked for like 2 hours, bro. Like it was legit a reconnection, man. Like we never left. And it's just incredible like how it all worked out. And when like I said, I saw you were a part of it. Then when you realized that was me, and we were just like, oh my God, like, man, congrats. And it just became like this love fest of like, man, I'm so proud of, like, man, I'm proud of you. Like,
brother, I know, seriously, man, listen, to be able to make a living off of, just using your voice and like just interpreting words. And I mean, it is so much harder than people realize. And just, to be able to watch you and to see, you're an example. I'm just like, yo, for everyone, I say this to every artist, everybody, whatever. I'm like, listen, if you just have a desire to make music and you want to rap, great, go for it, do it.
Yeah.
But there are so many other ways to get paid in this industry.
Yeah, for sure, man.
You know what I mean? Like,
and my music career didn't work out, but I still rock the mic in different ways.
I think you did pretty fucking good.
I appreciate that.
You're the voice of the Today Show, nigga. You won, okay? Like I think
I'm gonna take that. I'm going to receive that. You know what I mean? No, it's been a while. It has been a nice journey, bro. It has been a very good journey. And if it came down to it, I could probably spit a couple
I mean, listen,
you know what I'm saying? But
bro, there's the thing. This is the time for you to do it. It's like, you now it's like I got my bag is secure on my voice side. So now if you did
just try it out, just
do it.
Yeah.
Nigga, who cares? Like I can, you know what I mean? Like you lose nothing. It's like
exactly.
You know what I mean? So,
and I actually found my original demo that I was trying to shop. I found it. I found it as Hyper One, and man, I found it.
Hyper One, son, yo, boy.
I'm sorry, y'all are just witnessing two brothers just shoot the shit here. But yeah, man, I found it. It was actually at my mom's house, and my niece found it and was like, "I found this." And I was like, "Oh my god!" Like I just like, "Oh my god!" So of course, I had to like find a CD player to put it in, and I was just laughing the whole time. But I was also like, you know what?
Yeah, like this wasn't half
spitting,
bad,
bro. Like I was my beats were trash. I'm not gonna lie to you, my beats were trash because I was doing it myself. But
the bars was the bars.
Yeah, the bars was the bars. The bars was the bars. Was getting it in. But look, man, thank you so much for being on the show, man. This was an absolute joy. I've wanted you on the show. Like, I think I contacted you about this when I first even came up with the concept, and it was just like, yeah, we'll work it out. You busy, I'm busy. You're working on projects. But to actually finally get this to happen, bro, like I'm just like over the moon, excited about it, man. And I think,
come on, no, absolutely, man, come on. You got to support your own, man, and just to see, one of us. I mean, again, I'm, listening to the Today Show.
Yeah.
Only on Today. And I'm just like, yo, I used to go to parties at Tally with this guy. Like, what?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So brother, it's we're blessed to be doing what we do, man. And anytime I just see, people just from where we come from that are just doing great things, and whatever platform you got, anything I can do to elevate it, whatever I can do to help. I mean,
I appreciate that, bro.
It's already done, bro.
So let the people know what you got going on, projects in the works. I know you're working with artists. So
that's what I got going on.
So what can you tell the people about? I know you have a lot of irons in the fire, but I know you're working with some artists. You have stuff going on with Pooh. So let the people know what you got going on, where they can check you out.
Yeah, man. Well, just on the FE music side, we just released today, whatever it airs, but we just released Be My Fiasco's her third video, Outside the Lines, which is the one featuring me and Pooh. And we shot it here in Raleigh. I executive produced it. It was the first time ever executive producing a video. That shit was nut. But it came out amazing. Shout out to our directors, Office Romance. Shout out to my creative team, Alexis, Christy, and Joy. Everybody. But it came out super dope. And Be My Her record, Where I Left You, is out right now. Be My Fiasco, Where I Left You, that's out. On the main thing that's kind of taking up all my kind of brain space is the Little Brother documentary. We've been working on that, getting that ready for next year, because next year is the 20th anniversary of the listening. And so, we're telling our story, man. My brothers, Holland Gallagher and Yo, for Rap Portraits, we're doing it together. And man, I mean, listen, we're telling the story of our lives, and, it's been really rough. I knew how much work it was going to be in terms of just the physical work and the scheduling and the this and that. I severely underestimated how much emotional work.
Yeah.
So that's been like it's like therapy, like a motherfucker. But that's coming next year. My brother Rapper Big Pooh, his album. I'm also executive producing that. His album To Dream in Color is coming this fall. And Pooh is sounding like he's sounding more sure of himself than like he ever, like this is him. Like Pooh is in his fucking bag. Like that.
I love his
fucking bag. I love that shit. So that's coming. And and then just we got other stuff, but mainly the main focus for me is the documentary. Like I've lost so much sleep over this, just trying to get this shit right.
It'll be worth it when it comes out, man, because I know people are waiting with bated breath. Where can people find like all the they want to catch up on all the LB business?
Oh man, they can catch us Twitter, IG, Little Brother NC. You can catch me just Twitter and IG, the same thing, Phonte Coleman. I'm not on social as much as I used to be. It's just the work is like
you busy, bro.
Yeah, I got it's too much going on. And honestly, just sometimes I just, I did a thing like before COVID where but it was before COVID started, but at the beginning of 2020, I was doing this thing where I was like, all right, I'm gonna just try to tweet once a day, just particularly with Twitter, and just try to write the perfect tweet in a day, And so I was just tweeting like maybe once a day and I was away from my phone, and that shit felt amazing. I was on the verge of like deleting all this shit, bro, because it just felt I had planned to think I wasn't like foggy nothing, and then COVID hit, and nigga, we was all doom scrolling.
Yeah, everybody's on. Yeah,
it was over. But Twitter and IG, those mainly my playgrounds. You catch me there. I tap in. Say what's up. But yeah, that's it.
Well, look, man, this has been an absolute blast, bro. I hope you had a good time with me.
Oh man, this is amazing. We just shooting the shit. All I needed was a beer, nigga. We was good.
Yeah, I know, right? Beer, put a game on or something. Mm-hmm. But look, man, I know we talk about this every time that we get a chance to chat, but legit, bro, like I want you to have all the flowers, man. You've accomplished so much. I've seen it from sort of the Nexus, at least around 2000, 2001 era.
That was the Nexus. Nah, that was, I mean? We ain't have shit back then.
Yeah.
That was the Nexus, nigga.
Yeah, so I mean, I saw that from just like being able to kind of rocking ciphers with you and Pooh back in the day, and goofing off with like random skits. I don't know if you remember, we talked about the skit, A Good Man Ain't Worth a Damn.
The gospel play?
Yeah, gospel play. A good man ain't worth a damn.
Come to the War Memorial Coliseum.
Get your tickets now. But to see what you've accomplished, and it's not just like, okay, yeah, he put out songs. Like, you are an icon of hip hop, bro. Like, you're probably one of the most like respected, as far as, and like you mentioned about like selling out and all that stuff. You did things as much as you possibly could your way. You did it under your rules, so to speak. And I think people around the world respect you immensely for that, and Pooh, of course. But yeah, man, you're an icon, and you deserve everything you got coming to you. You just need some sleep when you get finished with this damn documentary.
That would be good. That would be good.
Some sleep would be good. But look, man, I wish you all the best. It truly is great to see you just living your gift, man, and living that excellence. And I look forward to us being able to kick it face to face.
Man, absolutely. Absolutely.
But look, man, thank you so much for being on the show. And everybody, thank you so much for watching another great episode. And like I said, a whole nother season of The How Did Show. And we'll check you on the next one. Y'all be easy. Peace. What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for joining me and having some fun as we interview some really, really interesting people. So go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, and be on the lookout for more episodes of The How Did Show.